Ladies and gentlemen, there is a brand new Pokemon game, and it's a Pokemon game unlike pretty much any other Pokemon game. And you know, that's kind of crazy because you think that you've already seen it all, but just when you think you've seen it all, they say, you have not seen anything yet. And I'm talking about Pokemon Pokopia, a game I wasn't so sure about, but now I am all in. So in this video, I'm going to tell you facts and everything you need to know about this game to get you started on your next adventure. Let's go and get right into this video. Before we get into all that, as you can see, I am finally home after my trip, and I just gotta say thanks for hanging out with me while I was out of town. The support means the world to me. We have a new Pokemon game, and it's a strange one, and this might just be a game you want to play. So I'm going to tell you what you need to know about it, and maybe you're going to play this game for 1 million hours. Maybe. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our communities growing, and let's go and get right into this one. So whenever I'm talking about a gaming franchise, I like to break down the history a little bit, and I'm gonna have to keep that brief here because the Pokemon history is insane. So all the way back in 1996, that's when we got the very first Pokemon games. And you probably played these, or hopefully played these. That started with Red and Blue, and then I think we also got Green in Japan. Then eventually we got Pokemon Yellow version. And since then, just based off what I'm able to find online, there has been over 90 official Pokemon games. That is kind of crazy to put in perspective, right? Over 90 games, and now we're finally at Pokemon Pokopia. So what is Pokemon Pokopia? Well, it is a life simulator, mixing elements of genre favorites Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, with a hint of Minecraft style building added in. So what's interesting is Pokemon Pokopia was developed by Koei Tecmo's Omega Force in collaboration with Game Freak and the Pokemon Company. And Omega Force is known for Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is one of the greatest games I think I've ever played. It is so addicting. So seeing the same team worked on this, that is just a good sign of success. And I've read a couple interesting details. One, allegedly, this is the biggest development team Koei Tecmo has ever used in like the history. So on the surface, when you're first seeing gameplay, you think you've already got it all figured out, like what this game is and everything you might do. But that's just not the case. Now, another interesting fact I was able to find. Allegedly, Pokemon Pokopia underwent a rapid development cycle, with teams working together for 3 to 4 months on initial planning before official development began. The project was announced in September of 2025 and then obviously released today. So, you know, it seems like they had an idea, they started planning it, they started developing it, and now we have it. And normally when talking about Pokemon games that were developed quickly, that is not what you like to hear, but it seems like, you know, everything just came together. They had a great idea and they were really able to knock this one out of the park. So what do you do in Pokemon Pokopia? Well, you'll play as Ditto and build a new life with Pokemon from the ground up. With help from your Pokemon friends, rebuild a desolate world into a charming utopia one step at a time. Pokemon and people once lived happily together, but the world has withered and the humans are gone. The only remaining resident is a lone Tangrowth, living alone in the wasteland. After waking from a long slumber, a peculiar Ditto decides to restore the desolate land using its transformation skills and its surprising new crafting abilities. Some of the main mechanics are collecting and crafting. You will craft items and furniture, then decorate your space any way you like. You will also spend quite a bit of time growing crops. And you also need to make comfy spaces for Pokemon. And what's interesting is certain Pokemon will like certain, I guess, little areas, right? Maybe Charmander or Fire Pokemon would like a warmer space. Some Pokemon might even ask for your assistance. Helping them out will take you one step closer to a cozy Pokemon utopia. And remember, teamwork makes the dream work. So get to know your Pokemon friends at your own pace as you all work together to rebuild a better world. There's a couple new strange Pokemon in this game, but the one I really want to highlight, they're kind of glowing, is an unusually pale Pikachu named Pikachu. So I know this sounds crazy, especially in 2026 when we've seen the track record of recent Pokemon games. But at the time of recording this video, Pokemon Pokopia has an 88 on Metacritic, which officially makes it one of the highest rated Pokemon games of all time. So in a game like this, as well as like Animal Crossing, whenever you're building your community and your houses or your little town or whatever you want to call it, you're gonna want to show that off, right? So eventually you'll be able to build a nice big home of your own, then invite Pokemon or even other players via local wireless or online multiplayer to visit and hang out together. And a super underrated feature with the Switch 2 that I feel like maybe not enough people are talking about or at least using is Game Share, and Pokemon Pokopia in fact does support Game Share. I'm being 100% serious. Whenever I first learned about this game, I don't think I had much interest in it. Like, I thought it was interesting, but I didn't really care that much, right? It's a Pokemon spinoff game, and realistically, how much could go into it? But then every time I learned about the game, or they showed it off more, I was like, yeah, there's something there, but I'm not sure yet. Wait, they also have that too? And this Pokemon, and this ability? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to pick this one up. So now let me tell you a couple of quick facts that are still pretty important that you might want to know. Number one, how long will this game take to beat, and can you even beat the game, or is it a game you play like indefinitely? Well, technically you could play it forever, but if you want to actually complete the game, depending on your playstyle, that can take you anywhere from 20 to 40 hours. Now, unfortunately, this is the first party Nintendo game, I think, that has an actual game key card instead of a true physical. So just know you can either buy this on the eShop digitally, or if you want to get it quote unquote physical, it is a game key card. Yeah, I'm not happy about that, and I'm not like defending that at all. But you know, for me, I would just say get like the game key card version. That way, if you want to sell it in the future, or maybe you don't like it for whatever reason, you can resell your copy. Or if you don't really care, you can just pick it up digitally. Now, another thing to keep in mind is the price. Even though this is a spin-off, this game is fully priced at $70. And when I first heard that price, I thought, yeah, no way, Jose. But then I actually learned about the game and all the work that went into it. And, you know, I can't say for sure like it's worth it, because, you know, that's subjective. Like, maybe you think it's worth it, maybe I don't, maybe I do, maybe you don't, whatever, what have you. But $70 for a game that you can, in theory, play pretty much forever, yeah, that seems fair. I wish it was $50 or $60, but what the hell, you know, what can you do? Now, if you are picking this game up or have already picked it up, you need to keep in mind one thing. Pokemon Pokopia will have a special limited time event starting on March 10th. This event will start on March 10th and end on March 24th, and you'll be able to collect special items and cotton spores, but you have to have rebuilt a Pokemon Center, so that's not going to take that much work. But yeah, there is an event already, and I think there's also a day one patch already, so it seems like it's off to a good start. I could say I'm not sure why, but maybe because it's a Pokemon game, or maybe because it's the first Pokemon exclusive for the Switch 2, or a slew of a million other reasons. But I have a strange feeling that this game is going to do incredibly well and like overachieve, right? I could see this game selling 5 million copies in the first week. And you have to remember, this is a Switch 2 exclusive. Could you imagine if it was on the Switch? It would be even crazier, but even with everything going against it, like the $70 price point, it being a game key card, it being a spinoff, I think it's going to do some insane numbers. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. If you're a fan of Pokemon, if you're going to pick this up, if you're going to skip it, just let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep these communities growing. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace.